What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to some insane weather that's been happening in Canada right now, basically. And apparently, this is specifically in Atlantic Canada or Eastern Canada, where apparently the winter weather that you guys have been having this year is crazy. I mean, even by Canadian standards, by the sound of it. I mean, if you take a look at this picture, I saw this on Facebook. This popped up. This is from like St. John's, Newfoundland. And this is from like 2 or 3 days ago. Look at this. it's, I mean, it's almost unbelievable. Like, for one thing, the fact that this can even happen is terrifying. Like, I think this is pretty unprecedented. Or according to this post, like this is the most since 2026 or 2006 until now in 2026. So this is like the most snow in 20 years in this part of Canada, at least. And I was just looking at this picture thinking like, how, bless you guys. Like, how do you even tunnel your way out of your home? I can't believe I'm even saying those words. I suppose a large part of it is by necessity, survival, but yeah, this is no joke. Like, just looking at this picture kind of encapsulates, like, for us Americans, how outrageous this is. Like, I've never seen anything quite like this. That's pretty astounding. So today, from the comfort of my warm, toasty, heated room, I want to check out what's happening in these parts of Canada getting hit the hardest by this crazy winter weather. So let's take a look.
Right now, let's turn to Atlantic Canada, which is waking up from a winter wallop. In eastern Newfoundland, they've already...
Oh, winter wallop. I don't even think he was trying to be funny, but those are some words I've never heard before together. Like a winter wallop. This is just not stuff that we like that happens for most of the United States. Like for most Americans, this is like very, very different. But that's how you would describe it. It is a wallop. Jeez.
been dealing with a huge helping of snow. Now, they got even more.
I mean, what do you even do? Like, seriously. I mean, you guys must have like just logistically, practically speaking, life has to go on, like I guess, or perhaps when it's this extreme, you are literally trapped in your home unless you how do you tunnel out? Like, I'm seriously trying to like wrap my brain around what you even do in a situation like this.
Schools in St. John's are closed again, even if you manage to get the kids to this school.
No, yeah, no kidding. School's closed. Yeah, based on this video. Yeah. It's just funny thinking about like what it takes to cancel school. Like where I grew up in the United States, like they would cancel school if there was just like embarrassingly small amounts of snow compared to this. Makes me feel embarrassed. Like we cancel school for nothing in comparison to like 5 inches. Like we're all terrified, and you guys have like this is crazy.
School, good luck getting inside. The region has experienced record-breaking snow, more than a meter in the past week alone. Crews are working around the clock, but...
Oh my God, look at some of this footage. I guess a lot of you guys need snow blowers for one thing. Snowblower sales must be through the roof. Frankly, you can't even use one of those snowblower things on like this much snow. Like, I'm serious. How do you even approach this? Are they going to address this? How do you tackle when there's like a meter, or this looks like 10 feet of snow?
But as you can see, the conditions there are pretty challenging.
Oh my
I have no
God.
words. It's just I've never seen this much snow in my life.
Window.
That makes me feel better, actually. So this is a Canadian. They're in St. John's. That's Newfoundland. And even okay, that makes me feel a little more sane, where it's like even Canadians are saying like, I've never seen this either. Because if this is normal, that would just be outrageous, frankly. But yeah, oh my God.
Windows of the kitchen is buried. The whole door is buried. Like we can't get out.
I'm doing
This is genuinely scary. Like, I've kind of been asking this whole video. The first thing on my mind is like, what do you do? How do you get out? What if you got out? What would you do? What's going to be open? How do you get food? Were people preparing for this? I don't, like. It's kind of scary.
doing my best to clear the school from snow.
Wow.
It's going to be hard work, a lot of hard work, no doubt.
What is this accent? I'm sorry. What is this accent? He sounds Irish. Is that okay? Why not?
Let's get into the snow, and we'll do so with Laura Howells in St. John's and Brett Ruskin, who's in Halifax with the aftermath there in Nova Scotia. Start with Laura. The situation.
Oh my God.
Man, Laura.
Oh my. Wait a minute. Look in the background. That's all you have to see. Freaking Canada, man. There's a bus. There's a bus right there. I'm rewinding it. There's a bus. You guys actually are like out in this stuff, doing that. Like, how are the roads cleared? I guess you have snow plows, which helps a lot. Some of the videos I've seen online of Canadian snow plows, they look like war machines, like the size and strength of them. So you clear the roads, and people are like, the bus is going. People are out going to work. Like, when I tell you, this would literally shut down most of American society. Like, I think the northern parts of the U.S. are getting hit by this as well to some extent, and it's kind of crazy in New York. But obviously, the further north you get, the more insane it gets, and yet, like, the buses are going. That's amazing.
The situation. Man, Laura, that is a lot of snow behind you.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of snow, yeah. And there's even some more coming down this morning, kind of tapered off now, but we do not need it. In the past week, some areas near St. John saw more than 1.5 meters of snow in just a week since last Monday. It's just a crazy amount of snow. We had this big storm this weekend, and we are still in cleanup mode after that. Schools are canceled today.
How? This image gets me as well, because it's like, I guess when the snow blows onto the side of a structure, it accumulates like up well past the 1.5 meters they're talking about. Because that other guy was saying how it's above his kitchen window. So even if there's only like 1 meter of snow or whatever, technically, it seems to accumulate on the side of buildings, which is extremely difficult and like very scary.
They had a holiday yesterday, which was kind of a blessing because people were told stay off the roads. There was so much cleanup to do. Still more today. It's just massive. People are comparing these recent storms to Snowmageddon in 2020, which was that giant snowstorm that kind of dumped a huge load of snow all at once.
Snowmageddon 2020, I don't remember all that. This is just bizarre, because this is like the last couple days in Canada, or these parts of Canada. It's bizarre, like looking out my window, like the sun, like you could almost have a t-shirt on. Like, it's just so weird, like how different, depending on where you live, how incredibly different it is.
We're a couple of centimeters in St. John's away from breaking the record for snowiest month ever recorded, which has been wild. So I'm talking to
what the heck is this? Is this a street sign? The snow is above the street sign? What? I'm speechless. So, this close to the road? It's like 10 feet hot? What? I mean, they did just say this is basically getting to the record of the most snow ever. Which, I wonder what causes stuff like this. Like, why? Like, meteorologically, or whatever. You know? The science behind it. Or, I doubt that the Canadians affected by this care about the science at this point. It's probably more about survival.
People who are trapped in their basement apartment because there's so much snow. You know, we've talked to a snowblow repair guy who's just inundated with broken snowblowers, fire chief who's just dealing with dozens and dozens of chaotic calls this weekend, including his crews having to help deliver a baby.
Oh my god. The snow blowers are dying. There's the street sign. Oh my god. I don't think I've ever seen, like, even images of this much snow around houses and stuff. This is insane.
His crews having to help deliver a baby in the snowstorm. So,
Snowstorm baby. I hope everyone's okay. That'd be a hell of a story. Giving birth in this. Because you can't, like, get to the hospital or whatever. Oh my god. Yeah, I hope nobody's, like, been hurt or unable to get help or for a variety of medical reasons, actually.
the snow is really wreaking some havoc.
Absolutely quite something.
Look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this guy. If this was in the U.S., we'd all be at our window, like, watching this guy, like, out our window, like, oh my God, Todd is trying to drive down the road in this. And, like, because it's just, it'd be unheard of.
Thing. Laura, the big question, of course, is where do you put it all?
That is the question. And I mean, normal shovelers are dealing with that. The city of St. John's is dealing with that. Usually we would put it all at the dump, and they're doing that. But now the city.
The snow goes to the dump? Oh, wow. So you literally, you don't just push it to the side of the road. When it's this much snow, you can't just push it to the side. You'd, like, bury the houses. And I'm actually shocked that snow plows can even move this much snow. But you also collect it and move it to the dump? Is that a thing?
City has actually asked permission from Ottawa to start dumping snow in the harbor, which hasn't been common practice in years.
Wow.
It's been banned for a while for pollution reasons. So we'll see if that gets approved. Yeah, just
Sure. I mean, when your survival is at stake, I'm afraid so.
trying to cope right now, really.
Absolutely. All right, Laura Howells in St. John's, thank you very much. We'll turn to the rest of the Maritimes right now, blanketed with lots of snow, some regions seeing 15 to 25 centimeters. Brett Ruskin in Halifax.
God.
Brett, I got to say, compared to St. John's, it looks positively comfortable there, but
So it's like Newfoundland hit the hardest, or this is Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yeah, this looks downright cozy.
no, it is not.
David, this is not a competition about who can be the least comfortable, but I kind of get that feeling. But it's kind of nice here, you know. It's not too bad. We
Wow.
have seen.
This is considered not too bad. You guys might as well be living on another planet than me.
Other bigger snowstorms in past years, even earlier this year. So we are still seeing some annoyances, let's say, instead of some discomfort. So we are
Okay.
seeing some delays, some cancellations at Halifax International Airport, Halifax Stanfield International.
Some delays, some cancellations. School close. I've already said this. When I tell you in the US, we had kind of like a bad winter storm like a month ago or whatever. Everything was shut down. Everybody was at the grocery store in anticipation of the winter storm that came a few weeks ago. Everyone was buying all the food. Like, the frozen pizza was gone. I remember, like, people were flipping out. And it lasted like 2 days. And it was nothing even close to this. So, I don't know. think it's kind of funny in a way how we overreact to snow that is much more tame than this.
Airport with kind of a holdover from. There's some wind. That's a little bit less comfortable. There we go. There's some discomfort for you, David.
We can
And
hear
it's so there's some delays and cancellations from yesterday are kind of
Oh
holding
my
over,
God.
causing delays today as well. Looks to be clear.
You guys are actually driving in like frozen rain or in sleet and slush. And I know in Canada this happens enough that you guys are used to it and you know how to deal with it, but yeah, I'm not used to this.
Clearing up around noon or so, so still certainly call your airline and check on your airline to see if you are flying out of Halifax Stanfield today. Schools are closed, so speaking of comfort, kids will be comfortably at home watching TV or catching up on their homework as need be. And so that's kind of across Nova Scotia, some post-secondary.
You can't even hardly see. Look, what? I can't believe people are out in this. You can't, beside the slipping and the snow, and you can't even hardly see where you're going.
Post-secondary education centers are opening later today, kind of a delayed opening depending on where they are. We are seeing some delays as well. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but right next to me, gentleman spinning his tires, and he just asked me before we went live if I could help push his car, so I have to cut us off and give us a push as
So Canadian. So very Canadian. I like to think that that's very wholesome if you guys actually like have a code or, you know, the inclination to help each other if you're stuck in the snow and or spinning your tires. And I think in the US, unless you're lucky, you might just be left to survive. People would drive by, or no, they wouldn't, because they wouldn't be out. So we just send like a radio message being like, "You shouldn't have gone out, Todd. You should. What? Why? What were you thinking?"
This is a kind of very Canadian thing to do in winter, is to try to push somebody out. So that's what my
Indeed.
next order of business is, David, after we're done chatting.
Are you really going to go push a car right now? Like there's a stuck car beside
literally.
you?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, tilt your camera, because I know you're a one-man operation there, but we'd love to see you at work there. Have at it, and we'll leave you to that much more important task.
Wow, very Canadian. This whole story is very Canadian. You know, we, us Americans, definitely associate Canada with snow and like crazy snowstorms, and a lot of Americans think it's always like this. But now I understand this is actually pretty exceptional, even for Canada, and it's actually pretty dangerous and alarming. But you guys are kind of finding a way. If there's any people who are like probably the best equipped to deal with a situation like this, it's got to be Canadians. So if you're affected by this, good luck. I hope everything's going okay. Yeah, because this is actually scary to me, if not incredible, an incredible sight. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. Especially if you're Canadian, especially if you're affected by this at all. That would be really cool to hear about, if you even have internet. If you don't, I don't even know how you're watching this, but anyway. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.